first off, I like to say thanks to Anna and Don Lee, who such great friends with us, who invited us to speak at your group tonight. I know them since we went to, I think it might have been the first Ruby trip. I'm not quite sure. It was 10 years ago that we met, and then they have inspired us along the way. The ups and downs, and we, even though we sideline, we have shared, almost a common journey in terms of the why that we came into the NUSKIN business. So for that, thanks, Anna and Don. I love you. You are absolutely my idol and my inspiration. Okay, and also I like to also say thank you for Lisa, for Ellen, for Paul as well, who invited me to share with you guys today. Your upline, Ronnie Park, right? He might not have realized that without knowing me, he had already made an impact on my life. So please let him know that. Okay. So absolutely, because he did speak to my uplines and telling his story, and that what had inspired me transpire into my inspiration. So thank you so much. Okay. All right. So without further ado, I have some slides to share with you, and I also have my story to share. And I hope that today my story can inspire some of you who may know someone. Okay, maybe you are on the process, maybe you're on the journey into the building this amazing business. And so if you are at a point that if my story can inspire you, I've done a good job today. Okay, so let me share my slide here. Okay, well, first off, let me share with the audio, so just so that the sound can come out right too. Okay, all right, here. Okay, so this is, if some of you have been to the your group's LA office, and you recognize right away, right? And I was had a privilege to speak there, okay, in a few times in LA office, and I love your team, and I learned some Korean language there too. Okay, so and I love Korean food, and you know what, NUSKIN family, global family, so everybody my family too. Okay, so and I love everybody there. Okay, so I'll start off with my journey, with my story. Okay, I was born in Thailand. I'm from Thailand. I was made in Thailand. I was born in a different in the province, not in the capital of Thailand. Everybody knows Bangkok. You might have heard of Bangkok, right? You know Bangkok. You've been to Thailand, okay? If you've been to Thailand, put down in the comment. If you've been to Thailand, you've been to Bangkok. Because if you want to go to Thailand, put down on the chat. I was born in a province called Korat, which is about 3 hours away from Bangkok. So I'm literally was born into it's a middle class, okay, income family. I have 4 siblings, so you can see my brother and sister there. And my dad, he's my grandparents are Chinese, so they came from China. So my mom, she's Thai, so I'm half. And my dad just basically he owned business selling electronics for all his life. Since we grew up, I only just seeing him just working so hard at it. Okay, and he got 8 other siblings. You see, the Chinese family got lots of kids, so he's the oldest. So he also took the responsibility having to take care of his brother and sister too, and also us, 5 kids too. So has not been easy for my dad. And the only thing he told us 5 kids to do, you got to go to school and get the best grade ever you can. Okay. And you are a generation X like me, I'm not generation Y or millennial, that mission of life, you better go get a good job. Okay, that's like, that's how the programming started. Okay, so I did my best I got into the best, at least my time, the best high school in the country. Okay, and I don't know where they're at now. It's called Trembudom Siksa. It's very difficult to get into, and if you study in the in Asia country, there's some general exam you gotta pass so that you can beat everybody else to get into that high school. So I did that, and then I got into a university in Thailand. It's the oldest university in Thailand, and I didn't want to be a doctor because of my older sister. She already became a doctor, so I'm locked out. Then, well, what else besides doctor? Engineer. That's just about one of the two, right? Take your pick. So that's how I became an engineer, really. I didn't know anything about marketing, I didn't know anything about anything else, just doctor or engineers. Okay. And so I was fortunate to get into a very good school of Thailand, graduated 4 years, and then basically got a job in Thailand for 3 years. After that, well, the salary was not as where I wanted to be at the time. You got to get a high education so that you can get a high salary. So I saved up some money. Then I flew to the USA, the land of the freedom, the opportunity, in 1996. So what school do I go to? I went to University of Michigan. Okay. I did not know at the time that they got a good football team. It wasn't why I went to U of M. But I also didn't know that the tuition was so expensive. I don't know why. Okay, if you have friends and family or kids that go to University of Michigan, you better make a lot of money. Okay, because at the time, one credit was $1,000. That was 20 years ago. Okay, 1996. One credit, $1,000 out of state. So I graduated my master's degree as an engineer, started working in Detroit for 3 years. I met my wife there. She graduated with her PhD. So both of us fled the cold weather, came to California, right? And then we came to California in the year 2000. My wife became a professor at Cal State Long Beach. I just started getting a job, just like anybody else, okay? So you wouldn't believe it that my master's degree of University of Michigan landed me a job in a company in Los Angeles, and my first salary was $18 an hour. Okay, $18 an hour with a master's degree, but I'm an immigrant, so I took the job. I wanted the experience, right? And then I stuck with that same company for 12 years, and I worked really hard at it. Okay, I'm the type of guy that if you give me something, I worked so hard at it, and then they promoted me quickly. Okay, there were some events along the way in the company, and everybody remember, the 2008, 2009, the economy crisis. A lot of people got laid off, but they kept me because I worked so hard. And then I became one of the youngest director of the firm, then promoted me really quickly, and I became the vice president of the company, just like that, right? So you can see me, I am just one sole employee, the best employee you can ever find, because I work hard and I dedicated my life. And then guess what happened? If some of you are like me, if you know someone who's an engineer, say yes down on the comment. Okay, I know someone is an engineer. And if you're an engineer, congratulations, put down the comment too, because at some point, this is what happened to me. Okay. 2000, it's about 2010, 2011, my salary was about $10,000 a month. Okay. With all the perks and all the cars and the company throwing at me. But every day I came home, my wife saw me like this. Okay. I literally gave everything else in my life for the firm. Okay. And at some point, the money coming through the bank started to become, oh my God, I wanted to see my family in Thailand. I cannot just go. I cannot just pack the bag and go. I need to ask for permission for my boss and buy the tickets. And they're still going to give me a hard time because they don't give me a lot of time to go to Thailand. Okay. My wife family is in Colombia. It's almost impossible to take off, a few weeks in a year, multiple times a year to go to see family. And that is started to become something I realizing that why am I come to the USA? You're working so hard at it with no life, right? And I stumbling upon this quote says, your salary is the bribe they give you to forget your dream. Isn't that right? Okay. And for those that are still working for someone else, maybe my story can remind you of why you're working so hard for. And I've seen people working so hard at the job at it. Okay. That when it comes to the businesses, I don't know that why would you give up so quickly? Okay. So that is my turning point, 2010, that I got an email, I think it was an email or a text, I don't remember, from my good friends that asked me to take a look at NUSKIN, right? To take a look at NUSKIN. And I can tell you that I never thought about starting a business. Okay, I'm not the type of business type of people, and I don't have any sales background, marketing, business. I'm not. I'm an engineer, and I love talking to Excel spreadsheet and computer software. And I'm so awkward at talking to people. I don't like talking to strangers. So I don't have that kind of skill set. But all I know is I'm looking at my life. And at the time, 30 something years old, it's like, what am I going to do in the next 10 years? That is the question I asked myself. Okay. And I looked at the people at the firm that they retired at the company, and a lot of the vice president at that engineering company, either they had most of them got bypass surgery. And I realized because of they got such a high stress, okay, in the workplace. And a lot of them smoke too. So health is really bad. And so I didn't want my life to be like that. So I looked at my life and started realizing, where do I see my life 10 years from now? That was 2010. That I was completely open. And guess what? If anybody talked to me at the time, do this, do that, I probably do anything, okay? It just so happened that my good friend asked me to take a look at NUSKIN. And the first time I looked at it and somebody explained to me, I get to connect. That all my life, almost 20 years, I built my income in a linear scale. And I knew that when I stopped working, my income stopped. Okay, I don't care if you have $500 an attorney that billing per hour. I don't really care, because the only question I would ask you, can you stop working? Okay, but I realized that when I built the business, when I built NUSKIN, at the beginning, it's not going to match my salary. I understood that. Okay, but at some point when it matched the salary, and that is when I started seeing the freedom, the word freedom, truly what it is for my life. It didn't happen overnight, and I'll share with you how did it happen, right? This is my first meeting, and I don't know, some of you, if you know, his name is John in Renon, okay? He's going to be $20 million. Basically, he's my upline, my mentor, and he's in Thailand. But he actually, that day he flew to Los Angeles. I took my team to meet with him, and that literally changed my life. Okay, so since that day, and then we learned from him. We learned all the skill sets that I didn't even have. Okay, and do a demo. We invited, you see on the left hand side, that's our home. We invited people to our home. We do a demo. Okay, we do all kinds of whatever that thrown at me. I don't really care. Okay, I know, because I'm very clear on my goal. I'm not get caught up in whether this is personal care, whether this is supplements, because when I started the business, I looked at the company, I thought it's a good company. NUSKIN is a publicly traded company, okay? And they make really amazing products. I didn't have any pain like some of the people. I didn't have any past experience from the direct sale or anything before. I looked at the company from a very neutral eyes. I looked at the company. I saw the company is publicly traded. It's totally legit. It's totally legal. In fact, 2010, I immediately bought the stocks of NUSKIN that day. Can you realize it? I've owned NUSKIN stocks since 2010. Okay, because I know this is a great company, right? But doing the business was not easy. Okay, I was not used to just making a presentation, do a presentation. My wife and I learn everything by ourselves. Why? All of our uplines are all in Thailand. We are the only one here. The only one person close to us is Brent Bryson, and he's already almost semi-retired. You know Brent Bryson, right? You know, he's $20 million. But guess what? We didn't care. Okay? Upline or no upline, it doesn't matter to me. It's just because of just give me a good financial platform. We're gonna make it no matter what. Okay. So we learned everything, my wife and we started building our team. Okay. Started building our team there. Started learning new skill sets. What really changed our mindset is getting to see the company in person. And you are here listening to me, you haven't been to the company, you get to go. You know, except right now you're not allowed to go, right? You can't go because of the COVID. I hope the company will opening up very soon, that you get to fly to see the company. And you will see why when we came back from seeing the company and we totally made our decision, because NUSKIN is an absolutely an amazing platform company, you know. Almost 50 countries around the world, 36 years in the business, New York Stock Exchange listed company. You cannot find any better company than NUSKIN, okay? What really caught my attention and my wife, because we are, you know, we are like a science type of people. So we love innovation, we love science, and we learned about age lock. We learned about the company invested so much money, billions of dollars company, into a technology called age lock, where other companies are not willing to invest that much money. Look at how much research and paper and patents and trademarks the company filed. It's really tough to find any other company willing to invest this much money. So for us, who are like a K-type people, we just love the science stories about NUSKIN. So we tell story with no preservation. This is an amazing company. One of the amazing part about partnering with NUSKIN is that we get to do the business worldwide. And once that happens, because when Thailand launched a new product called EcoSphere, which is a water filtration system, even though I live in Long Beach, we get to participate. And you see the lady in the yellow shirt, that's my mom, okay? So I shipped EcoSphere to my hometown and my mom gets to experience amazing product from NUSKIN, right? And that water filtration. And NUSKIN, it's about renewing opportunity. And I got information from the company that in just about in a few years, this segment of a product called the skincare device is going to grow to $7 to $18 billion. And our company is the only company positioned to dominate that market. Can you imagine? I'm not talking about the past anymore, right? I'm talking about in the next few years. The question is, how are you going to participate in this opportunity? Because with or without me, with or without me, without you too, the company is going to grow, right? The companies will continue to open new country and they're going to go. So might as well, you know, let the people who are close to you know that there's going to be a new product called H-Lock Boost from you other than somebody else, right? Let them know from you better, you know? So, all right. So I'm going to skip a couple of slides here, okay? This H-Lock brand, when we started the business, we just find out about this brand, and today is already a $10 billion brand, okay? And any company on New York Stock Exchange, they would love to have this kind of brand in their portfolio, okay? And again, these are some of my team in Australia who enjoy the launch of H-Lock Boost, which is ahead of our market, right? We live in the US, we're still waiting for H-Lock Boost to launch, but we get to participate in that market because of you. We are able to build the business globally, okay? And you know, since then I've traveled to the company multiple times, and every time we get to see our upline, we get to see Brent Bryson, we get to see Jeff Mack, we get to see a lot of the team leads, who's everyone just continue to inspire us, and everyone on this Zoom too as well, okay? The journey is never ever gonna be a straight line, okay? And I can honestly tell you that, you know, it's not overnight, never will be We built the group and we lost the group. Okay, we create many executive. Back then we call executive. Right now we call BRs, and we lost many BRs. You know, and I realized today when Brent Bryson told me that you wanted to make this a mission, and that was when I understood what he meant. Okay, make this journey a mission towards my goal, towards my life's mission. So when that it become a mission, my business is become a long-term goal, so that any ups and down, okay, it's become small because my goal is so big now today. Okay, so it doesn't matter, people come and people go, doesn't matter to me, because the right one will stay and will hang around with us. Okay, so don't worry about it. Okay, that's going to be an ups and down, and I can promise you that. But the key is when that happens, it's actually meant to be so that you get to become stronger in the journey. So after 3 years, we became a blue diamond. As you can see by today's speed, it was not a fast speed by all means, right? It took us more than a year to find the 4 people to become a Ruby, okay? More than a year to get to Ruby, and took us 3 full years to become a blue diamond. And then that's when I quit my full-time job. So thank you, NUSKIN. Thank you, the opportunity, and we're so grateful for that, okay? So I'm gonna talk into the change, okay? When I started the business, we started offline. We started off with picking up the phone call, calling people, making a list. But today, as everybody knows, the whole world changed. The world's changing. The way we do business also changed as well, okay? So, okay, let me skip some of the slides. As you can see that the opportunity for us to build the business today is more than just the people that we know. And this is what I realized. It's not about who I know anymore. It's about who the people I know, who do they know? And it's about having the knowledge and know that with the power of social media today, if I have the right knowledge, the right tools would allow me to build the business globally, because NUSKIN already global. So my vision is always been our business is not about the local. It's a global business. It's a huge business. So I always reminded our team that you gotta have a big vision and a big goal, okay? Look at today's, in the social media world, billions of people are on social media, okay? Scale that down into just our local market, right? US population, 300 million people, California, 40 million people, Southern California, 22 million people. The number of brand representative, it's just barely 10,000, okay? So if you take this number divided by the number of people living in the USA, you're gonna find that you're gonna answer yourself, is there opportunity in this country where NUSKIN started here, right? Less than 1% people who are building the business seriously. So tell me, is there opportunity here or not? Absolutely, okay? So right here, even right here in Los Angeles, even right here in Southern California, there's still a lot of people, and you can talk to them. I have no idea what ageLog me. I don't have no idea what Lumi Spa. I don't have no idea what a Boost is. Tell me about it, right? And you can actually find them right here. So this is our opportunity, guys, okay? So, using Facebook and power and change the way we build the business, I get to change too, okay? This is my first time in April 22nd, 2017. This is my first post about whitening toothpaste. And, me having been doing the business for a while, I didn't want to post the toothpaste for a long time, until my upline told me, you better post it, and you realize that it's going to change my business. It took me many months until Brent Bryson said, do it, don't think about it. And I did it, and it changed our business. Okay, it changed our business, changed the way we build the business, we built the team. And since then, my mindset changed. And that led to a lot of our team in different countries around the world and I'm sharing, and I learned the new skill set about social media, about teaching people, and about finding people, right? And so, and my wife transformed herself too, and we share about the products that we love, and we share about the platform. Okay, excuse me. All right, okay. So, and I love travel. Okay, who here love travel? All right, if you love travel, put down the comment. You love traveling. So, in the past few years, we're fortunate to be able to travel to about 10 countries a year. We spend about 4 months out of the USA and just traveling. And if you asked me 10 years ago when I had a job, I would not have imagined my life traveling 10 countries a year. Okay. And Peru happened to be one of the country, and because of it's, is the last country, it's the latest country that NUSKIN opened, and allow me to travel to Peru 5 times in 2019, and one of which is to literally, one of my bucket lists is to climb the mountain of Machu Picchu. Okay, and even further than that, you see the big mountain behind it called Huayna Picchu. Okay, that 4 hours hike, we went up there on the top. Okay, so and here you go. Okay, NUSKIN allow us to build the business worldwide, and I don't speak Spanish, but we still continue. We went in there anyway. Okay, and we do a lot of demo just like we would do here in Los Angeles, and we tell the story of NUSKIN. Okay, so we build a group there. But today, right, we connect people using technology like Zoom, and touching, moving, inspiring people how to build a business. So our group, we have a weekly Zoom, almost daily Zoom, that people come on and share how they're passionate about the products or about the company or about the mindset. All right. So from now on, I'm going to talk about the mission and where I'm at today. Okay. I had mentioned before that Ben told me to make this as a mission. And I realized that being a part of something bigger than myself, creating a culture, is what really attracts a lot of the people. Okay. We have many of our team attract that into the business because they truly would love to help people. They truly love personal development. They truly love an ability to be able to help children. And we, in a short amount of time, we were able to help them inspire themselves to become ambassadors. Okay, we have new ambassador every month, and these are who really inspired me to continue to make impacts every day. Okay, and some of which are on this Zoom right here. I can see ma'am right here, right? And Lynn here as well. So congratulations. My wife, okay, she works at UCLA. If you know UCLA, okay, and we live in Long Beach, so she had a long commute drive to UCLA, and we decided that if any time that she wanted to just build her business, okay, she has her own business, her online business education, she can do so. And then 2019, she left her full-time job at UCLA and stay home with me. At the same time, she get to transform herself, transform her life, transform her health as well. Okay, and who love TR90? Okay, raise your hand if you love TR90, right? So, and that's what really we love the product. So one of the aspects that is near and dear to my heart is personal development. Okay, before I started NUSKIN, I didn't spend any invest in myself at all. And every day, like I mentioned, I just went to work. But since we started business, okay, I invested so much in personal development, and I teach my team to invest in themselves. Okay, when we became a Blue Diamond, we came down from the stage. Jeff Mack asked me, he's like, so you know by now that this business is 90% mindset. It's like, you got that right, Jeff. Okay, so, and that is why we spend so much time investing so much resource and energy in our team in personal development program. Okay, believe in our team, believe in the people. So everyone in our team, they get to do their dream board. Okay, so with permission from some of our team here, I'm gonna play just a few seconds of the clips of our team who built the dream board. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so when they start the journey, they get to write down their goals, get to write down the dream, get to put together the dream boards, and they get to share with their coach, with their upline, so that the dreams and their goals become a part of the dream as well. Okay? And it's always touching me when I see, you know, each one of the team that showed the dream board, and they talk about the dream with emotion, with their connection to what they want in their life, and that's why we fight for the dream. Okay, and we are fortunate to be able to inspire some of the many our team in just in the past 8 to 9 months to create a business around the world. And so building NUSKIN is also fun. Okay, so we get to enjoy traveling with the company on a success trip. Okay, on a success trip. Well, who love to go to free trip? Well, me too, right? So our first success trip, it was 2012. And when I got a phone call, I was still employed by the company, and they say, where is my success trip? Well, it's in Utah. All right, Utah. Okay, I don't know why Utah. I'll go, right? But you know what? They take good care of you, okay? And one of the amazing thing is every night you come to the hotel, they give you gifts every single night, right, guys? You know, if you've been to success trip, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You know, so we went to success trip, and that's what this is the last trip that I guess before the COVID came, and we get to extend our trip, and we also qualified for Punta Cana, but they moved down in a few months down the road. And when we went to South Africa, we get to also travel deep into Africa. We extended our trip in a couple more weeks, and when we didn't have anybody to ask permission, we just booked the ticket and just go. So we get to see more countries in Africa. We get to fly to Europe to pick the country, and we get to travel many countries. And that is what I believe that our life should be all about: experiencing life, live the life that you always wanted to, without, having the freedom that you ask for. You got to ask for that. And my wife, she's half Colombian, so we have family in Colombia, and I love South America. I love Colombia, I love Peru. So, and where else what can you do to allow you to have the time and money to travel wherever and whenever you wanted to? Okay, so I'm fortunate today to be in a position to impact many people. Okay, and when I go to Thailand, I took the opportunity to share my story and build the team. Okay, when we went to Vietnam, we have a lot of team in Vietnam too, so we get to impact and inspire them. And obviously, when the travel opening up, and then we're going to be in Latin America again. All right, so I think I'm coming close to the end. So I have just a couple of slides about mindset to share, and then and I'll send it back to Alan here. Okay, so before the COVID, we built team in the old way, and that's okay, and but today it's a new novel way, but we figured out the way, and I'm sure everybody figured out the way to connect to people around the world and build the business. Okay, there are people in my life that I am so thankful up until today. Brent Bryson, he's my mentor, he's my upline, and I get to be able to send a text to him and get a close consultation. And I'm so thankful for all of my uplines who invited me into the business, and and I didn't say no when he asked me to take a look. Okay, and I'm so grateful that they were patient enough for me to allow me to grow into the business. So, my parents wanted me to buy homes in Thailand. So we bought the condominium in Bangkok, and, so that, okay, we have a property, and my parents would be happy that I have a place in Thailand, right? And at the end of the day, who else? It's about the happiness of family and the success of our team. Okay. Okay. So I have a couple of slides here, and I will send back to Alan here. So one thing that I know building the business here is that it's about clarity. So ask yourself, how much clarity do you have in building this business? The clear goal you have, the closer you are gonna get to your goal. But if your dream or your goals are still foggy, okay, you still cannot tell your upline and say, when am I becoming a BR? When am I becoming a Ruby? When am I becoming a Blue Diamond and team lead? If it's not on a piece of paper, it's not gonna happen. So for me, we get to write down and have a clarity, and we get to declare it. We get to show, right? Who you show, who you apply, of course, right? And share with them how much money you want to make, and as close as detailed as possible, because that's going to be the only thing that hold you, and that's the only thing that keep me going in the business, because this is not going to be easy, guys. Okay, but it is so simple, right? It's so simple, and it's a lot of fun, and you will find that building NUSKIN business is the most fun that you will ever experience in your life. But the more clear you have about your goal, and you're gonna get closer to your dream, to your what you want in your life. Okay, you gotta have the courage to ask for what you want. And that what means is that, okay, a lot of the people don't even ask for what you want. You gotta ask for that. Okay, so you gotta tame down your fear. Whatever the kind of money that you cannot even verbalize it, you gotta say it out. You want this. You want this lifestyle. You want to travel the world. You want to go to whatever, how many countries you want. You want to take your kids and family to what country. You gotta say, you gotta ask. You have to have the courage to do it, to say it. Okay, and these two are also an inspiration to me. Okay, Peter Bannister and Carew Bannister. So they spoke at the Team Lead University, and they are ones, they told a story that they wrote an email to the company that then they didn't even realize, they didn't even know how many $1 million earner in the group. And the company emailed back and said, well, congratulations, you have created $296 million earner in your business. Like, holy crap, right? And they have $20 million in the business. And when, Carol was talking about when she started NUSKIN business, and she was saying, what could have happened if she had just said no? If she had just said no, this $296 million earner would not have happened. And who knows how many lives they could have changed, right? They had already changed because of this say yes. They never gave up, and they are one of my inspiration. Okay, so dream big, guys. Take action. That's all it does. Okay, and thank you for inviting me to become your speaker today, guys. Thank you so much.